Welcome back to DeFi Tactics. Remember, this is not financial advice. Do not make any financial decisions based on my word alone. Always do your own research. With that said, today we're going to discuss flare loans, what it is, how we can use it, how it works, and how we can manage the collateral that we have to put up in order to borrow against our assets. Let's get to it. So what is Flare Loans? Flare Loans is the ecosystem's peer-to-peer decentralized loans platform. It allows holders of approved tokens to lend and borrow against their assets to earn yield in the form of repaid loans and yield distributions such as YFIN and other assets. Flare Loans takes a variable fee established by governance on the amount borrowed and repaid. The amount one can borrow is established by the amount of total value locked in the staking pool by the borrower. This collateralization ratio is governance established and allows the borrower to borrow up to this ratio without fear of immediate liquidation. In the event that the underlying assets untether from the needed ratio, the underlying assets will be liquidated to cover the loan. Yield on this platform is paid in the form of underlying assets as well as YFIN. So let's break this down a little bit. First, we can see that the peer-to-peer decentralized loan platform allows us to provide our assets to be borrowed against, as in somebody else borrows them and we are paid a fee for that. Additionally, we can use our assets as collateral in order to take out a loan. Most people that take out a loan do so and they're used to paying monthly interest on their bills. However, Flare Loans is going to have a fee system where when you take out the loan or repay the loan, you pay a fee. You're not going to be paying a monthly installment against that loan. So essentially, once you take out a loan, you're not going to be making any payments on that loan until it's time to repay it. As you can see, 90% of this fee is redistributed back to the Flare Loan staking pool, meaning 90% of that fee goes to those who provided the funds that you would borrow. We're going to dive further into the collateralization and how having a collateral debt position works in order to prevent us from getting liquidated. So this is my little Flare infographic that I just threw together on the fly. As we know, the collateralization ratio is 110%. We'll get back to that. And this is just like a way to visualize what's going on. So for example, we have Songbird. If we want to mint Canary Dollar, we need to lock our collateral up into the Flare Loans platform and then mint or borrow the Canary Dollar. By providing this collateral, the system ensures that somebody doesn't take out a loan, run away, and never pay it back. This is decentralized finance, meaning there needs to be a way for peer-to-peer lending, and this is through providing collateral. With that said, when we put our assets up in Flare Loans to take out a collateralized loan, meaning we put up assets in order to borrow against them, we are in risk of liquidation. The reason we're at risk of liquidation is that the collateral asset that we're putting up, in this case Songbird, the price changes. The price is constantly moving up and down. I need to put up $110 worth of assets in order to borrow $100. However, since the Songbird price can go up and it can go down, the Songbird that I put up as collateral at one moment, that value is going to constantly change. Meaning, if I put up $110 worth of Songbird at 50 cents, and then Songbird crashes down to 25 cents, that $110 is no longer worth $110. So just to kind of really hit this home, I came up with this Excel spreadsheet in order to help us manage our liquidation ratio and the chance that we can get liquidated. So as you can see here, we've got the Songbird price, Songbird provided as collateral, the actual USD value of that, the max amount that we can borrow against our Songbird, the liquidation price, the max amount of Canary Dollar we can mint. I threw this in here as a safe max mint. We'll get to that. The percentage of our liquidation ratio that we're currently at any given time, plus the total amount of Canary Dollars that we have minted. So breaking this down a little bit further, let's say that Songbird's price is at 50 cents. I've provided 1100 Songbird as collateral with a value of $550. Since the liquidation ratio is 110%, that means that at any given time, I can only borrow at most against 1,000 Songbird. So with a 50-cent Songbird, and the max amount of Songbird that we can borrow against is 1,000 Songbird, that means that we can at most mint or borrow 500 Canary dollars. So let's assume that we've taken out 400 Canary dollars based on our 1100 Songbird as collateral at 50 cents. In order to ensure that we do not get liquidated, we need to ensure that the amount of collateral we have is worth at least 110% of the amount that we've minted or borrowed, aka the 400 Canary dollars. Well, what does that mean? That means that if the Songbird price drops, we either need to repay some of that borrowed loan or we need to add more collateral. So for instance, say the Songbird price drops to 45 cents. Now the value that we have put in as collateral is only $495. This means that our 400 Canary dollars down here is closer to that liquidation point because we don't have as much collateral to back it up. So since the Songbird price dropped, we have a couple options here. We can either repay the Canary dollar or some of the Canary dollar to get back to a safe level, or we can add more collateral. If you're getting any value out of this, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button, go ahead and subscribe, and leave me a comment in the comment section below. So why would we want to have a safe max set for our personal goals? If we borrow the absolute max that we can based on the price at any given time, if the price drops, we could lose our collateral. If we borrow only 55% at any given time of our collateral assets, then we can suffer a 45% price drop without getting worried about liquidating our collateral assets. Again, this means that we can suffer an almost 50% correction in the market at any given time and have enough time to go into our account, go into our wallets, and readjust our risk to make sure that we don't get liquidated. So that about wraps it up for this video. Again, I just wanted to go over what flare loans is and the risks of liquidation and how we can sort of mitigate those. Remember, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. We'll catch you next time on DeFi Tactics.